So hello there everyone, and welcome back to another video of F1 2018 Career Mode. Today we're going to be doing episode number 3, today for the Chinese Grand Prix of Season 1. And as you saw there momentarily, our new R&D parts are now available. Some of them did, haven't yet arrived. The Sashi one though is in, despite the fact the Sashi department now hates my guts after an interview I did in the previous episode. The two durability upgrades that I did were also there, so I'll look to do some more durability upgrades there. But I want to now point you to another glitch from F1 2018 in qualifying. I managed to qualify P8, as you'd have seen from the start of the video. But remember, if you remember back to the early F1 2010s, F1 2011, you could drive DRS using DRS any way you like to on the track, and that's precisely what the game has done here today. Giving me DRS all over the track in my qualifying lap. Now, it does fix itself, but it only fixes itself at the end of the DRS straight, so pretty much I've had the entire first, second and third majority of the third sector using the DRS that I wanted, and subsequently really being able to make a lot of ground up. I was standing 14th previously, but I was improving a little bit over my time, but not a lot. But now, of course, that's given me an extra 8 tenths, and it brings me up to 8th place. So that's where we are now. So that is why we are so high up on the grid. It's because we had a little bit of a glitch where it gave us DRS the whole round, and basically we were able to get a better timing. But anyway, there's another glitch coming in the next episode, which I've recorded. I haven't edited yet. That one more of you will know, but won't have seen it in career mode situation. It's more online, so that's coming in a few days time. As you probably tell, this was supposed to come yesterday, but I have had a cold. Before I get screamed man flu at by everybody, I'd just like to say that, to be honest, my voice yesterday wasn't very good, so I think today it's a little bit better, but still a bit rusty or whatever. So apologies if my voice isn't totally there today, but I think it's as best as it's going to be for the next couple of days. Anyway, time to get this Chinese Grand Prix underway. We've been talking long enough. 5 red lights and away we go from P8. Raikkonen on the wrong side of P7, not as good as well. It's been once again an absolutely atrocious start. The two McLaren Renaults, are going on our left side. A little bit of a losing the thing. We got collision warning with Van Dorn. We're going to try and have a look down the inside of Raikkonen. We're going to have to turn to the outside now to defend from Van Dorn. Van Dorn's going to stick his nose down the thing. Here's a replay of the start though. Losing it a little bit, hitting Van Dorn's in there, and then Van Dorn subsequently got the better grip on the outside and came back. But then, of course, and then he got the better traction. But coming up to the other turn, and see Alonso's already back. Force India of Perez and Haas of, I believe, is Grosjean. We go down the inside of Raikkonen and Van Dorn. We have a look trying to get Grosjean. It was Magnussen that's further down. We've got another collision, so yes, the collision system is still absolutely atrocious on this game. Really, they haven't done anything over the past round, but make the game worse. So yes, we need to catch up to Grosjean again, and we do so now at the end of turn 1. A nice little braking manoeuvre down into the hairpin section, and we move up into P6. Moving to lap 2 now, and we've sort of tried to escape from Grosjean. But tyre wear here is a little expensive. It's already into the 23s on the rear left, and that is atrocious. So why did Pirelli not bring the super soft instead of the ultra soft? I do not know, but we will have a lot less of this to worry about next year with just the soft, medium and hard range next year, which would be good. Raikkonen eventually got past Grosjean on lap 3, but Verstappen is still ahead of us. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Verstappen, to be honest. It's going to be about battling Raikkonen this race, and behind us, our teammate isn't doing very well either. He's in the bottom group of 5. The 2 Williams and the 2 Toro Rossos. Williams are really bad, and of course Toro Rosso. No wonder they're bad because of
You have 25 laps to go.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. We're coming into pits end of lap 4. Magnussen goes through. Raikkonen is coming in with us, so we're interested to see how the Sauber mechanics do against the Ferrari. There was a gap of a couple of seconds, but pretty much everybody is going through. Bottas has already been through. He was ahead of us at the time. We come out ahead of Raikkonen, but we've lost a little bit. So again, that's something we'll have to put in the next contract. Okay, so 1 stop left, which will be onto another set of super soft tyres. And unfortunately for these soft tyres are not just any soft tyres. These soft tyres are the worst soft tyres in the world. They are so slow. I do not know what was the thing with these soft tyres, but they were so slow. I felt I was gaining no time on the cars ahead, and was clearly holding up Raikkonen, Grosjean and Alonso, who was last. That's why I was retiring, get stuck behind me. Raikkonen though, Van Dorn is indeed stopping, then he comes out of the pits, and he has actually managed to try and jump us in the pits, but we are going to go around the outside into turn 1, have the inside of turn 2 and get it off. But Van Dorn is getting very racy with us now. Okay, Leclerc is going to try and do the 1 stop, I think, on soft and medium, so I hope his softs aren't behaving as badly as mine. But Van Dorn is trying to go down our inside. We're going to the outside. We are going to stick it down the outside, and he's going to actually get the traction like he did on lap 1. However, we're going to have the slipstream, use a bit of rich mix here, getting the slipstream and dive on it down the inside of turn 3 or 4, I can't remember which one that is. And we move into the middle section of this swooping turn, and we move back up into P16. Stroll, we eventually are catching up to Lance Stroll, but Van Dorn is having a go, and Raikkonen now is moving himself in position. Will Raikkonen be able to get Van Dorn? Not so sure there if Raikkonen can get ahead of Van Dorn. Here's a replay. Oh no, not replay, the next lap. Raikkonen did get ahead of Van Dorn. We finally, though, caught up to Lance Stroll. It has only been 5 laps. I mean, that's shocking, because we don't know how slow the Williams are. But I think Raikkonen's going to have a pop at us before we catch up to Stroll. Have to defend from the Finn. And here he is in the slipstream. And he's going to go down the inside. We're going to try and maintain it round the outside. There's a little bit of tie banging, but we maintain P16. And we're going to pass Stroll now. Using the GRS, not really anything in the right, and I think it's going to have a go at Stroll as well. Down to turn 1, sparks are flying from my thing with my low force, or my height, excuse me. Is Raikkonen going to come back? No, Stroll's going to come back. Going into certain thing, and he's actually going to race Raikkonen down the pit straight. So good to see Stroll not completely giving up, but I think at the end of the day, Raikkonen is going to go down the inside. Yes, he is. The master of the thing, and he gets the honor. And a lap later, well, it's the same, pretty much a deja vu move for his teammate Sergei Sorokin. Only this time we don't get him just as well into a little bit more into the DRS side. So at least Sorokin was using Richmond. Raikkonen though forces the issue with Sorokin after seeing what his teammate Stroll did, and Raikkonen takes the position to move up into P14. Replay from back of R. I think it shows how Raikkonen, he's great to not go back in the back of us. Sorokin then came back at him, but then eventually Raikkonen got the power. And then of course then resuming duties at lap 12, Raikkonen then decided to have a go at us. But this we are not as fallible as Stroll and decide, so what can you excuse me when we keep him behind and try and catch up to Hartley. But of course Raikkonen tries to go around our outside turn 3, and of course we keep the position by going down the inside by braking later. We're trying to catch up now to Brendan Hartley, who's been stuck behind our teammate, but of course we're not there yet to Hartley yet. And of course later on to lap 12 Raikkonen has the DRS, and he has another one down our inside, but once again late braking by ourselves, and we maintain P14 over Kimi Raikkonen, which is hurting Raikkonen's race. Hartley and Leclerc come into the pits. Okay, turning from Raikkonen, and Hulkenberg comes out the pits ahead of us. Hulkenberg has made the overcut work by putting late onto his one-stop strategy, but we go down the inside of Hulkenberg into turn 1 and maintain the position. Moving to lap 13 now, and Hulkenberg though is getting closer to us again. Our tyres are not as fresh as they were, especially the fact that these tyres are the worst soft tyres in the world still. So 9.7 seconds to Ricciardo. We're going to go round onto the start finish straight. However, we got a wheel on the grass. There's banging wheels with Hulkenberg there. He's going to have DRS on us, but got warning from the FIA collision. Raikkonen's though going to have DRS as well. It's going to go a little bit of a 3-wide moment, but on the straight. But then I am the bravest on the brakes, but overcook it though, and we go wide. Hulkenberg is able to maintain the position. Raikkonen not so, because he went down the inside and had to brake a lot earlier. So we're going to have DRS though on Hulkenberg. Can we get the position? More cars in the team. I think Sainz and Gasly are in the pits. And we're going to have a look down the inside of Hulkenberg, not able to make position work, and we have to retain P10 behind Hulkenberg, which is annoying. Now we have to avoid being ahead of Raikkonen. So we're going to close up to Hulkenberg. No looking down anything, but we go a little bit wide, unfortunately, in that turn. That allows Hulkenberg to get a little bit away. Raikkonen, of course, and has to go moving to later on to lap 15. Hulkenberg has made a gap. Raikkonen has DRS, but we switch back to the right hand side, go direct down the inside, and move up into P7. And of course, the battle between ourselves and Raikkonen continues. This time, though, Raikkonen and ourselves bang tyre wheels quite severely. A little bit of damage there on Raikkonen's car potentially. The paint on the Sauber is a little bit less white by this moment. This time we moved up into P6. We got lap 15 with, and we seem to have lost somebody already. And there's also a yellow flag up ahead. This is Sebastian Vettel. What's Vettel going to be doing? He's out of Hulkenberg, and that is why we've lost somebody, because Sebastian Vettel has retired with an engine failure. Engine failure is definitely more common this year on the game than they were last year, but the track tries to go a thing, and then I have to. That is a little bit too close to Vettel on my liking, but I had to keep the speed up, full knowing that Vettel would be there. But yet, despite that, there was the yellow flag should have been there. Double wave yellows needed to be there, and they weren't, and that allowed Raikkonen to. In the end of the lap, and Raikkonen once again tries to have a go at us, but of course there is no doing, and we of course going to have to focus now on pushing now and trying to get the best out of these horrible soft tyres, and hope for the next set aren't as disastrous as this set. Since the pits we come, getting it down obviously to the limiter. Raikkonen is in once again with us, mirroring our strategy, so what we're going to try and retain ourselves ahead of the fin. And we're going to hold the clutch here, and out we go. 2.8 second stop, bog standard stop for this career. Obviously we'll try and negotiate the stops in this year. And Van Dorn has gone through. Van Dorn getting the undercut on us, which is quite annoying. We're going to have to fight against Van Dorn. Leclerc though is ahead of him, so maybe Leclerc can back up Van Dorn on his mouldy medium tyres. Hopefully he can. We do close up a little bit to Van Dorn. Van Dorn's also on the mediums. But unfortunately, Leclerc has been overtaken by Van Dorn. Raikkonen is once again there, as he has been for the entire race. He goes down our inside, but then he doesn't have the racing line, and we're going to force him out into turn 2. We're getting ever, and by lap 18 we've caught up to our teammate. Van Dorn isn't very far ahead, and I believe it is the Toro Rosso of Hartley, the New Zealander, who is our teammate from Final Fantasy. Hopefully you'll let us pass as a courtesy to that series, and not put up a fight. Leclerc though doesn't put up too much of a fight, but DRS and Reward done. I imagine he was saving a bit of the engine for the next race really. Unfortunately for Leclerc, he is getting closer, I feel, that, and a few upgrades he might be able to do it. We eventually also get Stoffel Van Dorn, and Hartley does us an absolute treat for that series. Thank you very much, former teammates at Toro Rosso. He goes ahead of, he locks up and allows us to go down the inside. And behind us now, Roman Grosjean has overtaken Kimi Raikkonen. Grosjean was behind us, but Raikkonen has been overtaken. And also to note, Nico Hülkenberg on his one-stop strategy is up in P2, so stunning, amazing. And Van Dorn now is going to have a pop at Hartley, and move sticks, but those mediums are, well, Hartley is going to come back, and Alonso goes past Van Dorn now. So, and now Grosjean's going to have a look at getting past the Van Dorn. So both Van Dorn is about to lose 4 positions in the space of a couple of laps here. Raikkonen is behind us. Leclerc, unfortunately, is going as the replay camera jigs again. Another nice thing from Cody's this year. Lagging about, and Grosjean eventually gets the move done. Will do that. Hartley continues to lock up there. Grosjean eventually gets the move. So the soft tyre is definitely the way to go forward. Although Van Dorn is going to try and go around. It's not really a message. And now Van Dorn is going to lose another place to Raikkonen, who's finally woken up in the Ferrari. Really not good second stint after the pit stop. He was with us, Raikkonen, but now all of a sudden it's as though he's got our soft tyres from the first or our second stint. Meanwhile, up ahead in our round, we've caught up to Esteban Ocon. There was a yellow flag momentarily there, but I have to wait and see. Gasly is up ahead. We're going to have DRS on Ocon, and down the inside we go of the Frenchman. This time not going wide, and we keep going. And Magnussen, he was in the points, about to get some more points after that fantastic podium in Australia. And unfortunately, it's not going to be. He's got a puncture. He's slowly making his way back to the pits. Not as unfortunate as Lewis Hamilton in Australia. He'll be last, but he will be outside the points now. Eventually moving to the penultimate lap, we have caught up to Pierre Gasly, the man in Toro Rosso. The man moving to Red Bull in real life for next season. And we are going to have a look down the inside, possibly into turn 3. A little bit of a dive bomb move, a little bit of curb, nice camera shot from the front wing and make the move stick. And 8th place is the best we can probably do today. Carlos Sainz is a little bit too much out of reach for us today. The Spaniard who's got 7th place here. Good play for Renault with Hülkenberg up in the top half of the points. I don't think he got a podium though. I think he's been forced out of the podium by those fastest soft runners, but I think he's still up there in the big points. So Renault are clearly the 4th best team in this championship by a mile. We're close to Sainz, but no cigar. Cross the line now for P8. Not bad. So yes, P8, very good result. It's maintained now on a 2-stop. Obviously, we could have got a little bit better. Perez and Sainz doing the 1-stop, getting ahead of us. Hulkenberg as well. So those guys have done very well, Renault, despite the fact this really isn't a track for them with that long back straight, really. Pierre Gasly finished 9th as well, doing the 1-stop. So more points for Toro Rosso there through Gasly. So Gasly is showing his case for a Red Bull seat. Alas, there are no driver transfers in this series. Hulkenberg finished ahead of Verstappen. Still no first podium for him, though. Hamilton takes his first victory. Mercedes 1-2. And as you can see there, with Vettel retiring, Raikkonen only finished down in P13. So not good day for Ferrari in the least. Fernando Alonso got the final point ahead of Grosjean, although I imagine Grosjean was attacking Alonso towards the end. Ocon misses out as well, despite trying to make the 1-stop work for him too. Van Dorn, despite running there, also struggled after the break. Him and Raikkonen really didn't do very well. Leclerc not really doing too much from 16th, with Hartley and Stroll finishing rounding out the grid. Bottas maintains his lead over the 13-point lead to Ricciardo. Ourselves down in 10th. Leclerc down there. Hamilton is now down to up to 4th. Raikkonen down to 3rd. Vettel down to 5th. And Hulkenberg now moves up to 6th. With Verstappen getting his first points after 2 retirements now in P11. With Van Dorn and Gasly. And so Leclerc, one of the most tonight saw. In terms of the constructors, we get jumped by Force India now, and Sauber are now down to 7th, McLaren 8th, Mercedes and Mainz 10th Ferrari.
Out there. You must be really happy. You really look
now at this point, the batteries in my Xbox controller decided to die, and I had to go and change them. But despite that, the timer on the interviews still went down. So she asked me 3 questions, and of course the timer ran out. So she had a little bit of a sulk, as you're about to see, about me not answering the question. You can see the timer if you can squint through the screen of no available controllers. You can see that the timer still runs out, and she gets a bit sulky. And then I have controller, and do you have many competitions? And it says well, the car was back, and unfortunately the durability department thing. And there's the sulkiness from Claire. Really needs to work on that. But yes, moving to the rivalry, we are leading both 4-2 and 18-9, so that is very good. Hopefully we can get then some rep. Disciplinary record 44, not bad, 100%. So 219 positions. Rep continues with. So I feel that rep is a little bit too easy to earn this year.
I don't think we can have any complaints with our performance.
Thank you, Jeff. Yes, we've received invitational events. We'll not take advance part in that. Let's move to the contract. Contracts in progress. So I can't actually negotiate my contract, despite the fact that I have to wait a couple of races. So it's still not totally in my control. I want to be able to negotiate a contract from round 2. I think I'm doing well. But no, I'm having to wait until round 4. It needs to be a bit more of a game in that respect. Let's see with the R&D tree. Now morale is poor on the Sashi and the engine. Things are moving up. We do need to do some more durability upgrades though, because ultimately things are going to start wearing out. The gearbox is a main problem, and the parts have only got 2 bits that are starting to wear a little bit more than usual. We've already got 2 bits in progress. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Excuse me, I apologise for sneezing there. You can see there on the wear is on the right, 29%. It's about 29-30% for some of the more frequent parts, but you can see the art because we made bad comments against the durability department, the cost has gone up so much that I can't actually afford a second upgrade there. So we're going to have to wait for another round before that. Hopefully, eventually these will go away. But if you've enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more F1 2018 career mode. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.